Welcome back to Fabricating Awesome Stuff. Today we're going to be working on the wheel pant for the nose wheel on my Sonex. So this has to be cut and trimmed to fit the nose gear. This is just a blank. So I'm going to use a piece of cardboard to begin with to kind of come up with a template. I'm going to draw it on here, just kind of just a general shape. Yeah, it's moving on me here. Just a second. Try to keep it straight. Okay, so this would be generally the size of the one side. So we need to do two of those. Cut this first one out. And we'll kind of see how it looks. That gives us half. Now let's make another one for the other side. So that way we'll have both sides to compare. By tracing the pattern, the first pattern, then I know that this other half will be the same size. Okay, now we have two of them. Let's take a look and see if they fit on each other. That's a pretty close match. So now we've got both sides. Now we need to go over the top. Okay, so we've got the sides, a template made for the sides. Now we need to figure out a template for this top part. So I'm going to measure, first of all, from front to back, and I'm going to make it extra long because we can always trim it. So we're going to make this, we'll say 30 inches in order to get enough to go over the top. And it needs to be at the widest part. It needs to be about 4.5 inches. And at the narrowest part, about 1 inch. So we're going to make it, we'll say 5 inches, and we're going to need 30 inches. This piece of cardboard I have here isn't big enough to do the whole thing, so I'm going to make two pieces and tape them together. So we're going to go 2 5-inch strips. So we're going to go 10 inches and 5 inches, and it'll be halfway. 10 inches and 5 inches is halfway. And we need to make it 30. We're going to do two strips that are together, so we'll go 15. And the two of them together will be 30. 15. tape those together. Okay, now we're getting our template kind of together here, but you can see that our template is flat across the top where this one is rounded, so that's not going to work. So that tells us that these side pieces are too tall. They should be the size somewhere down here so that there's a taper. So we need to figure out approximately how much that taper is. So I'm going to do that using a level and a measuring device here. So look at, you get this level and come up on this side and look at where that taper ends. It looks like it's about an inch. So there's about, from the center of this to where this taper is about an inch difference, and that'd be on both sides. So that tells me what we need to do is cut an inch off of the curve around that template, and we'll get closer to where we need to be. Yeah. That's going to give us more of the taper that we need. Yeah, that's making more sense. Now that we've trimmed these edges, or these sides, to come closer to fitting with the curve, the one that we fitted before is going to be too narrow, so we're going to have to make another one. So we've got a compound curve here. I'm going to cut this into strips. That'll give us a hinge point. Okay, so we have the general shape that we're looking for. I was able to get pretty close to replicating it. The bottom part is pretty close to the same size. I'm just going to use this as a general template, because we're going to have cut a hole in the top of this for the landing gear, and if I make mistakes, I want to make the mistakes on this, and I can go ahead and repair it and then use that as a template to cut the actual hole in the wheel pan itself so that it fits. You can see we're pretty close. So we're going to give that a try, see how it goes. This is the nose gear fork that we have to put the wheel pan around. And so you can see the fork goes around the tire, and then there's an axle bolt that goes through to hold it holds the wheel and the wheel pant in place once it's installed. What we have to do is we have to cut a slot in the top of the wheel pant, and this is my mock-up that we did of the actual wheel pant so that I can practice on it, make sure that we don't mess up the good wheel pant that we're going to actually use. So what I did is I measured, and the fork opening from side to side is about a little less than 4 3/4. It's about 4 5/8, and then the width of the fork there from front to back is about 2 inches. So I made this template here that I can use that is about 2 1/8 inches to give me a little bit of room from that side, and then this direction is about 4 3/4. So you can see it's not going to go on like this. We have to turn the wheel pant to the side, go up, and then turn it once it's in place. So this is going to be the slot. It's going to go up over the fork, and then once up there it can turn straight, and then I'll have to fabricate a cover for the slot that's showing at the top. So that's the size we need, and I'll have to cut a hole in the top, cut the hole in the top of the wheel pant to accommodate that slot. So we'll try that on the mock-up first, and then if it fits really good, then we'll do the real thing. Okay, with the template here, I'm going to go ahead and place it on the top of my mock-up, and I'll trace it out. We'll try it and see if this mock-up will fit the fork. Okay, we cut the slot in the top of the mock-up wheel pant, and so we'll see if it fits. So it slides up to the fork, so it's fitting that side to side. It gets up here, you turn it to the front, and it looks like there's going to be plenty of adjustment forward and back depending on where the tire fits under there. So it looks like this is going to work perfectly, and so we can go ahead and cut it into the actual wheel pant and start fitting it. Okay, now that we know that the slot is the right size, I'm going to go ahead and mark it on the actual wheel pant that we're going to use, and we'll cut it out. Get some ear protection on and go for it.
slot cut in the wheel pant. We'll see if it fits. Okay. Looks like it'll move forward and back enough for adjustment. It's a little bit tighter on the fork, but that's fine because once we figure out where we want the axle to go through and the hole, then the axle bolt will hold it in exactly the position we want it. So we're making good progress. Okay, here is the wheel pant installed. There's just some finish work that needs to be done on it, and of course it'll need to be painted and so forth before the aircraft is finished. But you can see that that mock-up that I did with the cardboard really helped me get this fitted. So thanks for watching.